Day with Victor Agedo. Victor, good evening.
Good evening. Good evening, viewers.
And via Zoom this evening, our brother, who there was a journal here before, HR Irobe, in educationist. HR, good evening.
Good evening, Mr. Kololo. Good evening, my people for house. I greet you now.
Okay, so HR, let's start from you. Something did very worrisome recently. What we can see our secondary schools now cultism don't enter. That's the worrisome to the society. What as an educationist, what if you unpack that discussion?
Cultism, according to many persons, we don't try to define them. Now, a form of what in psychology we call repression, as people, young people, especially young people, when they will take make up for the perceived loss where then they receive for every society where they did. Now, organization where they operate under the cover of darkness, it is a nocturnal movement where members, they will promise them good life, they will promise them hope, they will promise them security, they will promise them job opportunities, and they will also promise them access to better life. So now the hope where this group of people will come together will give others promising hope, bright future, we will make them join. And what will make them be secret, and now they open up to the society on who their members really be, waiting is be, how then they operate, and why then they operate. So before now, it be like what you call canker worm, where they eat deep into the fabrics of the nation's sanity and morality. Now, the thing don't they graduate small, it don't they what you call infiltrate into the lower cadre, into the lower rung. For example, we don't hear of secondary school children joining courts. Somebody even mentioned that they don't reach primary school. Now we will ask, what will be this thing where can they be like just they spread like wildfire when it will make people feel control. One of the major causes, the major reason for this kind of menace, now breakdown of family values. Now there for starts, where father and mother will turn blind eye to growing indiscipline even at home. You go see pikin wey person born, when you ask the papa or mama where your pikin, he go say he don't know where he dey, even at night up to 12 a.m. or he will just tell you say he follow him friends. So they have lost it, and since the family unit don't lose the grip, what we call dysfunctional family system, because there is no cohesion and coordination and cooperation, it can be like say these children are left to the whims and caprices of those who are able to recruit and utilize their energies. So even as with the experience and now, we don't fit to blame the educational system, because now the roots that we they look at, which is the dysfunctional family system and the breakdown of family values. Today, it be like say there is no defined family value where children are supposed to follow. Father and mother no fit establish norms, the correct norms where the children will follow. This is because even the fathers or the mother, who are themselves infant parents, have had a single opportunity of reproducing what they cannot control. And so we don't have a situation where infants don't give birth to another infant, and then we have children who are parenting their parents. So that is where we have lost it as a nation. Because we now have a situation where children now parent their parents. They dictate what happens. So the parents do not even know the difference between what is morally justifiable and what is societal is. So today, it is as you like it. Like one book said, just the way it is. So children are now free to do what they like, and by extension, they are free to join those arts and groups that mean harm and they mean no good for any society. Let me pause for now.
Okay, Victor, take it up from there.
Cultism in secondary school, it is frightening. And the thing when they very, very bad. And we are looking at it, holistically looking at it, you discover that like the first, our brother was saying, breakdown of family value. What I call that one parental failure. Because it's a three-stage failure that led to all this. Three-stage failure.
What are the
stages?
One,
parental failure, which he emphasized now. Then the second one is societal failure. Before, when we were growing up, when your parents are not around, you try to do something that is wrong, there are people that will respond immediately to discipline you, to put you on life. That's a response of society. That's, we live communally, communal life. We care for each other. Even if you are not there, your parents are not there, other elderly people are there that will deal with you or discipline you when you misbehave. That one is gone. There is no such communal life again. Of course, you come to the city, everybody is living in a self-prison. You fence your house around, nobody peep into what is going on in your compound. Before, in the olden days, nobody fenced his or her own compound. You can see up to a kilometer. You can see what is happening. If something is going wrong, somebody will move in, say what is happening. So, parental failure, the first stage, societal failure, the second stage, and governmental failure. So, you discover that even if the parental failure, that is the first stage of it all, assuming there was a response, a corrective response from the society, it would have been manageable. But there's no corrective response from the society, and government is not doing anything about it. They're the worst. Now, let me give you an instance. What are the causes? Why is this thing like this? One, he mentioned certain things. Okay, fine. Guarantee of security. I want to belong. I want to belong to this group. This group are special. I want to belong to them because they see what is going on and they see the kind of life they live. And if they do anything, nobody will touch them. And I continue to say, any offense, crime, anything you do that is not right, that is no punishment or discipline, is a license to a bigger one. So you are already giving a license for a bigger one. And they are seeing all these things. So if I see a group of people that is going to give me protection, promotion, and make me belong and be important in the society, and where the parents are not there, the society are not there, the government has paid them, well, what will stop them from belonging to such a group? Nothing will stop them. They will belong. Now, let me give you an example. For example, now, look at the whole system of education in Nigeria. Education in Nigeria. You will see they will be doing this thing they do on television where they promote immorality. And after they gather some grown-up people into a room and they show all sorts of what will I call a public nuisance, and they have a winner. They will pay some millions of naira, give you a new vehicle. At the end of the day, go and check. The best mathematics student from the primary secondary school, what does he get? Nothing. So, if there were a proper things put in place to encourage, to take the eye of the children away from those decadence movement and bring them to where the best biology student for our state gets so and so, I want to aspire to be so, or from our school. So when such things are not on ground, and because of that, the children will only look for where they want to belong to. It is a frightening matter. It's a thing we must look at seriously, because every society, the hope of every society, the future of every society are the children. And when you now have when we lost it out from there, then the society have no hope. So for me, looking at the causes, the impact or the consequence, then we will now be talking about what can we do. Because the impact is that we have seen brilliant children that have been murdered in the street. People have died in their prime. People that have future. That would have been a governor or a senator, a president who would have bring innovation into the society, has been murdered in the street. That is a huge impact. Society have been, family have been put into a serious darkness, mourning, tears, sorrow, because of the death of a beloved one. The rate of killing, so cultism, killing is alarming. And if they are not members, they would have not been killed. And apart from that, many of them have, deviated from what God has, their purpose of life. They no longer have purpose of life. If there is a little trouble now, you see them running up and down. We are seeing people who have relocated from, for example, in Edo State, go and stay in Ghana, doing nothing. If they were here, they would have faced their study. They have relocated to other place because, time no good, war, there is war. And they have to start running. If they did not belong there, those things will not happen. The impact, the economic impact, social impact of this cultism, it is enormous. And it's a thing the government should wake up to start take some responsibility. And let me say this cultism of a thing has become an ideology. You don't fight ideology with gun and bullet. No. What you use in fighting ideology is a superior ideology. If you belong to court, they give you protection. If you don't belong, government will protect you. Government and individual, who is more powerful? Government. Because they don't see protection from government. They will see protection from that organization. They go. So if we want to fight it, it's now become you must come with a superior ideology. That they will say, oh, we look into it, of course. Without that, demolish also, do many things. So those who will join will still go and join. Because they have no other thing to look onto. We must start to think, how can we redirect the attention of these children to make them see the need not to join? Because what they see now is the need to join. I want to belong. I saw a small boy, very small boy. He was talking to a very grown-up person. He said, I will mess you up. I was pissed off. I said, you want to mess somebody up? Is he your mate? He said, don't talk for this matter. If you talk to me again, I will mess him up. Why? What gave him that boldness to talk in that manner? Because he belongs. He can just call, make a one phone call. About 5 boys will back him up. So what will he not do? So what enticed them there? We must be thinking of what we can bring that is superior and better than what they offer. It's not issue offer and acceptance. Because those people, they are offering something that make them to say they want to go. The society, the government will put something on the table better than what those people can offer to direct the children, mind, soul, spirit, out of that direction to a new direction.
Hey, Chair, I say, so where do we go from here? What is now the way out of all of this? Now when we don't see the problem.
We have seen the problem. The way out is to address the issues. First,
okay, how do we address?
Having known the remote cause. Maybe, I don't know, can you hear me?
Very well.
Okay. Now when we don't know the remote and immediate causes of this malaise, the issue now is how do we tackle it? It is very simple. First, the government will need to enforce the legislative provision concerning cultism. Law dey for our land where they regulate activities like that. Law dey will prohibit cultism. So government first will take steps make dem take enforce that law. And when you get enforcement, it will bring sanity. Then another way out is that government will provide disincentive. Wetin dey make people join cultism, government will address am. For example, the issue of poverty. Poverty, as people don identify, na one of the major causes of this cultism. People dey join because na way out of their situation. So when government don address this issue of poverty, e go create opportunity for young people make dem take get means. Then the promises wey people dey make to them, e no go too make sense to them. 3, illiteracy and ignorance na one of the causes of this cultism. Government fit tackle the problem of illiteracy and ignorance. They will give them awareness, say there's nothing good there really. People need to be aware of the kind of problem what they will get if they catch them say they join cult. They will even need to dey aware say the problem wey dey there now, you enter, you no fit come out, na e be. E dey lead to wetin psychology call psychological disorientation and dislodgement. These people, e go be like say their head no come correct again. Now they will live in fear, perpetual fear and agony. So they no fit talk wetin dem see for inside. Government will create awareness. So if awareness dey, good education through the mass media, people wey suppose join, they no go come join again because they come dey aware of the ills and the evil associated with joining cultism. Then the parents too must step up. The family system wey be like say e dey dysfunctional, they will need to rejig and revive these family values. Make parents take up their roles and real role models. Na society wey dey no dey see role model, na im one small pikin go see another person as a role model. You go see one musician wey dey dance with pants for outside. You go see man wey put earring for nose, put am for ear, put am for stomach. He go say na that one be real role model. So if parents come become actual models for these younger ones, the issue of cultism e go dey reduced. Then provision of educational opportunities. They say the idle mind is the devil's workshop. Many of these young adults are mentally idle, and so something must dey wey go occupy their mind. And cultists, they know wetin dem need. They fit just provide one stick of cigarette, one bottle of ogogoro, and then off they go. So because they are idle and they do not have opportunity to get themselves engaged, the next available means or the next available job wey go come to their head na to join gangs and cults. So joining gang na feeling of false hope and false security. If government wan address cultism too, government need to beef up security. Instead make people come dey look for alternative ways of securing themselves. For somebody, e go come promise am say if you join, we will protect you day and night. They no go fit do you anything. Na we go dey there for you. Government responsibility na the safety and the security of life and property. So if government don lose that part, of course nature does not allow vacuum. People must come in to provide this false security. So you can see that it is all government parent, and of course the society. We tend to glorify those who have made it by hook or crook. Nobody is asking any question. A young boy of 22 will come home with a car of 25 million. He will build a house of 30 million. Nobody is asking, where is this person getting this fund from? Where is this person working? So the society applauds those who are able to make it. irrespective of how. To them, it is a philosophy of the ends justifying the means. Arrive, you have arrived. So the effect of cultism and the disintensities from these cultural, what we call malaise, it will reduce when government really step up, when society play down on glorification, when family units don't build up again to address and play their roles as models of destiny. The primary role of a father is to ensure that the child is tailored towards that which is ideal. And when a father loses that, the child has no alternative but to look for an alternative. And such alternatives are usually not palatable. That is why we now have cultism and cult-related activities. So these persons who are in these groups actually have no value for life anymore. They do not value their own life, let alone the life of others. So to them, it is live today, die tomorrow. So they do not have anything to live for. They do not have anything to pay. So this is why government has a role to play, the family will have a role to play, and of course the society will have a role to play. The religious group too, it is not everybody that goes to church or that will go to mosque. They have other roles to play. Where you will see a young boy going to do Thanksgiving in a church that he has done XYZ with no ABC means of livelihood. Nobody knows where he's working, and he meets a pastor who has to pray for him, ordain him, and of course, they celebrate such persons. So until we begin to reduce glorification and magnification of achievement that people have do not know the source, we are going to have this evil tormenting us and going to be hydra-headed. So the government must step up, like I said, educational institutions must step up, religious body must step up, and of course, the family unit must be cohesive in order to address this evil.
Okay, if you just watch the program UDUOTA with the original from independent television. Now today, it's just like Oga talk, hydra-headed problem. Now, society don't get now. Cultism don't enter secondary school, and a very bad thing. Over the years, even some primary schools too don't they get involved for this kind of problem. Before we go further, we will take one short break. When they come back, the program UDUOTA. If you just watch the program UDUOTA means heart of the matter with the original from independent television. Victor, you hear everything when HR they talk now. But before we wrap up this topic to enter the other topic, which role, if you see schools, these schools, primary school, secondary school, is there any role that if you play in terms of this kind of thing, became a lot of religious leaders, a lot of parents, a lot of so many things? What about the schools?
Yes, the school have a big role to play because they are also agents of socialization. And waiting the children they see around the school is also a part of things that mold their life, the ways of the teachers. And where you see even some teachers in the primary school are promoting cultism because they belong already and they want to recruit. So in that sense, you see, it's a bigger problem. So what can be done is that school should be promoting the danger of cultism, the consequence of cultism. School should be promoting it. To say, if you join court, the day you join a court, that is the day you sign your death warrant. That is the day you throw away your purpose of life. That is the day you said you will not want to be what God has asked you to be on this earth. And when they continue to hear this, if they want to be talking to it, then he will say, no, I want to fulfill my purpose. This thing can come from school. School have a big role to play. Apart from the parents, the society, the government, school have a big role to play. Because children spend more time in school. If they 8 hours every day, how much time do they spend with their parents? Parents are going to work. Even if the children are at home, parents have gone to work, they are not at home. So they spend time in school with the teacher more. So they have a very big role to play. Teacher cannot run away from that responsibility because they were asked to mold the children to be a better child or a better person in the society. And these are things government should also emphasize. There should be a curriculum. These things should come into our school system to teach it and give examples. People have died. You can see so and so person have died. His life have cut short. Why? Because he joined cultism. And don't forget, most of these killings that take place, those that were killed never knew something was going on. Maybe something happened at maybe Ring Road. They'll go and kill somebody in a different place. So these are the way this thing goes. And school, it is the duty of the school authority to ensure that the children are well informed about cultism, causes of cultism, consequence of cultism, and the need never to join or not to be a part of it. Because if they fail to do that, they are also fail in their responsibility.
Okay, if you just joined the program, UDUOTA with the regional from Independent Television.